How is your model feeling about Travis Hunter?
Well, it doesn't love him as much as the public loves him. And the model, it doesn't hate Travis Hunter, right? The model is not offended by Travis Hunter in any way, but the model thinks that Travis Hunter is a good wide receiver, which is not bad.
Right.
But the model does not think he's the 103, right? The 103 is a bit expensive for him, in my opinion. He scores really close to like Jaden Higgins. Like those are very similar players in my model. Higgins doesn't have quite the level of draft capital that Hunter has. And so, in our dynasty rankings, you can bump them up a little higher, but it's like Travis Hunter isn't special by any means at the wide receiver position, at least according to the model. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but he's just good, right? He's a good wide receiver that compounds, right, with the fact that Jacksonville may not dedicate themselves to him being the wide receiver. It compounds even more when you have Brian Thomas Jr. on the other side catching passes. And, when he gets a target, Travis Hunter's not getting a target. There's a lot of discussion on if Trevor Lawrence is even good. There's a lot of things that, to me, do not scream 103. Not that I think he could have a successful career. It's just I don't think he's going to have a Calvin Johnson or Malik Neighbors kind of career.
I think he's, for some reason, automatically jumped from being like, hey, he's a pretty good wide receiver prospect. And there's some things when you watch him where his body movement and ball skills and all those kind of things are pretty high. And all of a sudden he was Justin Jefferson for some reason. And I don't know why we made that jump so quickly. Like we can't just let anybody live at like a pretty good level and then say, hey, there's room for improvement here. But we went all the way up to the ceiling being Justin Jefferson, which kind of caught me off guard and was a little wild and really caught me off guard that everyone really just jumped him to the front of the line of saying, hey, he's wide receiver 1 and or wide receiver 2, and that people are just willing to just say, hey, it's all a done deal, and that he is for sure locked in to be just full-time receiver. I think he wants to play on the other side of the ball. So when you weigh in like wear and tear and usage, like I know he's a good kid. I know he puts in the work, but like he's also not a huge person.
And it's different at the NFL level. It is different, right? You aren't at Colorado anymore. And I don't mean that in like, again, a negative way. It's more of you're not at Colorado anymore, right? It's harder. And if he would have dedicated himself to wide receiver, put on 25 pounds and really just be a wide receiver 1, I could get behind a better, higher ADP. But even 103 at that point still would be a little high for me. I think that's, again, he's a good wide receiver. I don't think that he's bad, but it's just, I don't think that he's the next Malik Neighbors